So if you're on here right now, it's not starting. I'm gonna start officially at 2 o'clock. I'm on right now because I'm trying to make sure and see, is it set up to go live on my connected channels. So I have it so that I'm live on Facebook, and then I have it so that I'm live on um, YouTube. But I don't know if those are streaming. So I need to check those while I'm doing it and see if they're actually live or if there's something that I need to do. Right? It looks like there's something that I need to do. Can you find? Okay. So we officially will start here in a moment. But I want to make sure I get this live going. Copy invite link. Um, I think. I don't know. Okay, it's showing caption. It's not showing me move on there, but let me go back to that app. And then also let me check on YouTube real quick. Make sure I'm streamed out here. Manage no moderators. All right, perfect. It looks like everything is up and running. Let me switch back to that. I wish there was a way that would let me see that before I started my live. But if there is, it's a new thing. I'm new to this program, so I might just not know how to do it. That could be the case. All right. Okay. Boom. All right, we got that going. Got that set up. All right, I'm gonna try something real quick. It was giving me a problem with this earlier. I think I'm gonna just keep it like it is. I'm gonna keep it like it is. And we're gonna share this link on Facebook. No, that's not the link. We gotta do it because I copied it on the phone, so I gotta do it. Virtual art show. Now, All right, we got a couple minutes, everyone. And then I'll go ahead and get started. I hope like all right, that is it. That's everything. I am officially set up and we are going to go ahead and get started. So hopefully I can trim the rewatch video. Not, 7 minutes in, that's when we get started. I just put that in the comments. 7 minutes and 30 seconds in. All right, all right, all right. So let's go ahead and get started. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to my art show, put on by me, hosted by me, featuring my artwork. My name is Deante Howard. If you're not familiar with me, and this is your first time ever seeing me or my work, thank you for viewing. Right? Thank you all for watching this. And I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of introduce myself. The name of this art show is the introduction because I know there's a lot of people who do not know my name. And with that being said, my art name moving forward, how I'm going to sign things, how I'm going to introduce myself as an artist, and what that moniker is going to be is Deecor, right? So my website has already been called Deecor.design. It's something that I've been playing around with, and I didn't know if I wanted to take it on as the mantle, right? So a lot of times I get introduced just by my name, Deante Howard, but I want to use that as my art name, and that's spelled Deecor. And my friends and family, they call me D, right? That's where that comes from. It's a play on words. You call art and things that you leave up around your house to decorate it, decor. It's only got one E in there, right? So I take that play on word and then my nickname, D spelled DEE, and I just put those together. So, D is art, decor. But then also, right, there's a second little part of it. The core of something is like the internal values, right? For me, it's my passion, right? So you're getting the core of D, the core of Deante. You're getting my passion, my influence, my lens, my perspective. That's what I'm giving to you every time that I do an art piece. So that play on words, I decided is settled, like moving forward on new art pieces. As you see, when I'm gonna show you some of my stuff, my signature for my pieces has been my initials. Moving forward, it will be decor on all new pieces. So now there's kind of like a, like people have their art periods, right? There's before the decor part and now after. So like there will be some older pieces. It's all gonna have that DRH, little quick, boom, initials. Moving forward, now it's gonna be decor, right? Boom. So that's me. A little bit about like me as an artist, right? Born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. As a child, I had like mainly three passions: art, and that's various different things from drawing and painting to music to spoken word to anything when you think of as the arts, right? So art, sports, and then technology, and that again multifaceted, like from playing video games to taking apart and putting the computers back together, right? The thing is, with how I grew up, right, and where I grew up, things were kind of limited in a way. Like, unfortunately, at some point of time, it seems almost like violence was celebrated. Like, sadly, unfortunately, it's even been on display very recently with a mass shooting happening at a parade that was meant to be celebrating joy and victory and triumph. And it got turned to tragedy really quickly because of nonsense, right? That's the we didn't want that highlighted, of course, who does? But like that's the reality of the environment from which I grew up in, right? And I grew up like smack dab in the middle of it, like in the neighborhood areas where they like you don't go there if you're not from here. You don't have a reason to be there. You don't go there, right? So being outside and playing sports and honing that skill set, right, wasn't always something that was safe to do. And then when it comes to like programs, like where you can actually participate and develop them in an environment meant for that, they were either way too far away from where I lived, so I wouldn't really have a way to get there, or they were very expensive. And I grew up with a single dad who was raising four kids, right? So we just couldn't afford it. And then that's kind of the same thing on some levels with technology, right? Technology, especially as it's been growing, it gets more and more expensive. So you can't, like, you take apart computers and put them back together when they're new computers. You don't do that. So like we could find like walking around, unfortunately people junk up places. You can find scrap pieces and like whole like old computers, and that's how you play with those, right? But you didn't really get to do new stuff, right? But art, great thing with art is something that doesn't matter what your resources are like. It doesn't matter a lot what your circumstances are like. You can create just about anything, right? I could write on the cardboard that comes for anything that got shipped to us on the inside of cereal boxes, right? I can draw in my notebook that I got as part of the free drive school supplies that we got from the number two pencils. Like you don't have to have a lot of things to do art. And throughout a bunch of stuff that happened in life, it allowed me to have opportunities to be able to hone my art skills, right? So from having access to materials that don't cost much, right? To even like I wanted to play sports. You might notice as we're going through, like I have very limited range of motion in my neck. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a scar on my neck. I had surgery when I was a kid, going from eighth grade into ninth grade. I had tuberculosis in my spine. It ate away at my spinal disc, and I have a rod and four screws. And that transition, like I was super hyped about high school because I'm like, hey, from school, I can play sports and I don't have to worry about transportation because it's gonna be at school. I get the bus to school, right? And they got after school buses, so I can get the bus back home. And then also it's school. I know how to get here. I know other people that go here, so I can get there. And then it don't cost other than like the equipment, maybe, right? So I'm like, bam, I can finally get to do some sports. And then the surgery happens, and like I immediately get disqualified because of physicals and things like that, and the recovery process that I had to go through coming into high school. So like that was a super bummer. Like any dreams that I had about doing sports, like it just felt like it was crushed immediately. Like sure, at some point, retrospectively, like looking at it now, like maybe I could have started like in my junior year or senior year and did something after my recovery. But like in my mind at the time, it's like if I can't start as a freshman, like I'm not gonna be able to move up the ranks. I'm not gonna get the notoriety that I need to have to get scouts to look at me, to get a scholarship and go to a college based off this, or to from there, now they got the scouts for the pros. Like everything is shut down now, right? Silver lining though, right? While I was going through everything that I was going through, the recovery process really allowed me to sit down and hone my art skills. Like I couldn't do anything else. Like literally my brothers and my cousins, I'm standing at the window, like looking out the blinds with them out there playing football in the streets. And I can't because I have this halo contraption that I'm wearing. It's like shoulder pads and like little things to keep me straight so I don't move my head so everything can set and settle. And like the bed I'm in got like the hospital bed, but I'm at my aunt's house. Where it raised up because like I can't lay flat down. Like it's it's bad. But within that, like boom, I'm sitting up reading books about like inspiring athletes and looking at the things and adversities they overcome, stuff like that. And I got notebook paper and I could just draw and sketch and draw and sketch. And that allowed me to really hone my skill sets, which was an amazing silver lining, amazing chance to turn that tragedy into triumph. And these days, well, now I merge all of my passions in the sense of I mainly do athletic portraits as my art. And I do it in two ways. One, I paint, but a lot of it is done right here on this tablet. So let's kind of get into it real quick. I'm gonna show y'all something, right? Because one of the questions that I get asked is like, what's your mediums? How do you do your work? Things like that. So I'm going to go over that real quick with you. I'm gonna showcase something to you, right? So this right here, this is my iPad. It's a pencil, right? Boom. And on here, I'm gonna close this real quick. Start something new for y'all. Not really started, just to show you that how this works, right? So this works just like a pencil on paper. I don't know if you can see that. Right. So this allows me to be able to do my artwork literally anywhere. Like me and my family, we were traveling all of 2022. We spent 6 months traveling across Mexico. We spent another 4.5, 5 months down in Colombia, Medellin. Oh, beautiful. And because of the way technology is now, I had to take canvas and paper and like pastels and paint. I didn't do none of that. I take this and I can draw. I can draw anything, everything that I want to anywhere in the world at any time. No mess to clean up. It's amazing what technology allows nowadays for artists, right? And what happens, right? So let me go back to the piece that I wanted to share. So I draw, boom. This piece right here, you see that? So this is a piece I did of Brock Purdy, QB1 for San Francisco 49ers, who my Chiefs gracefully took out for the Super Bowl, right? And what I do from that is I can make prints, limited edition, and I can sell those, but I also paint. Typically, I'm using acrylic paints and markers and sometimes ink and like foils, like gold foil, gold leaf, stuff like that, right? So let me show you, get over here. Boom. Actually, I think I can take this off. Sorry, I think y'all can hear that. Hopefully it ain't too loud. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing anyway. All right. And then I recreate that with paint, right? So let me change this real quick so I can switch it to the back camera. Thing. Go here, video settings, back camera. There we go. All right. So now that I have that thing that I envisioned in my head, I was able to get it out and draw it, because even though I may reference the photo to get the likeness, the idea that I have in my head, there's no reference for that. right? So because I could do it on my tablet, I have now a reference for me to paint where I don't have to spend a lot of time and a lot of material to come up with the idea on canvas, playing around with different colors. Like, do I like this? Should it look like this? I already have it laid out because I drew it on my tablet. And now I just have to redo that paint. And sometimes, well, not sometimes, literally probably every single time. I make I make some differences because I like for the original painting to have a uniqueness about it. That even though there are going to be limited edition prints, it's not going to look just like the original painting. So some of the stuff is it's got to happen because just that's how chaos works, right? Like the splatter effects you see here. Like I can't exactly duplicate the splatter effects that I drew on the tablet. Like these are going to come by randomness. Like I splat paint, boom, that's how that affected it, right? So there's that kind of uniqueness, but then there's also choices. Like on the print, this is like an aqua color, but in real life, I can use like gold leaf, right? I don't know if you can see the reflection out up in there, but like I could use that gold leaf, which I can't do digitally, right? So we have that difference, and that's one of the things that really makes the original unique. The other thing is the fact that it is paint gives you a difference in both texture and I don't know what the term is, but I would say reflectiveness because like how shiny it is, right? So like you can see on this picture, some of it is matte, there's not shiny at all, and then some of it is glossy, right? And that's on purpose. Like that's the type of paint or varnishes that I use. They give you that effect where I can really highlight. You see, as I pull back, the light coming in from behind me, you can see that shine going around like the person, the subject, but you don't see the shine here. That's intentional because I put matte paint here, glossy paint here. That's another thing like you can't do on a print, right? You can't say, oh, we're gonna partially matte print it and partially gloss print it. Like it's either gonna be on glossy paper or it's gonna be on matte paper, right? So boom, we have this original Brock Purdy piece right here. And there are prints available of this, but you see, like you can see the texture, and that's one of the things with an original piece or a mixed media piece is going to be much different than, let's say, a print, right? And real quick, let me do that. Let me slow down with the art for just a moment and talk about what I am going to present here and kind of some house rules as we go through this art show, right? One of the questions that I get often is like, what's this? What's a Giclee print? What is this canvas print? What's the difference between this and that? Why is this price like that? This price like this? And they seem to be the same thing, right? So I want to, that's one of the other reasons I wanted to have this art show because I could show and tell and go through what those differences are, right? And then also I want to go through some ground rules of how you can purchase anything that you see throughout this art show because everything that I'm showing you is going to be available to purchase. Okay, so I'm gonna go through these things first, and then we're just gonna go through art. We're just gonna look at some artwork. I'm gonna talk about the pieces. The first things that I'm going to do is go through some prints and then some cards because those I'm just gonna kind of flash through because there's multiple of those. Uh, and then I'm going to go over kind of how I did with the Brock Purdy piece, uh, some canvases, some originals, some limited edition prints. And I'm going to really go over them and talk about them and like inspiration behind them, stuff like that. Okay. So first thing I want to do real quick before I get into that is go over some of the differences, answer some of those questions that I get commonly. So when I do my artwork, there are typically 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 options for artwork. And then I offer 2 alternative things. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what I mean. So, first option, the original painting, as you're seeing from the Brock Purdy piece here and this Debo Samuel piece here, right? The original painting, that is a piece that is on a canvas that is painted completely, right? And there's only one of those. It's an original piece. There's not another. You can't have another, right? At least not exactly like that. So that's the first way. Original painting. Those are always going to have the highest price. If everything that I did was all the exact same size, the original piece is always going to have the highest price. One, it's the original, right? It's where the other things come from. It is painted. It takes the most time and level of skill sets, right? Or different types of skill sets. And it, as far as like perceived value in the world of art and as an investment goes, it has the highest priority as well. So the original, that's the highest. Next, coming down from that, also the exclusivity with it only being. Next, coming down from that is something called a mixed media piece. I'm gonna show you what that is. Oh, I got one. So this is a mixed media piece. It's a Bobby Witt Jr. piece that I did. And a mixed media piece is very, very similar to the original. It's the closest that you can get to an original without having to pay those original prices, right? Typically, I make my mixed media pieces size like a range of sizes smaller than the original. The original is always going to be the largest size that's available. So if you're like, I want one that size, like, then you have to have original money. That's just it's just how it is, right? So, but a mixed media piece, the way that that works, I don't have a starter one here, but let's use this. Let's use this. So, as I showed you, I can draw on my tablet, and what I could do is I could take that drawing and I could strip it down. Oh no, let me show you on my tablet. I can do that. So I can draw on my tablet, right? And I can strip down the drawing so it's just the subject. Like I can take away all of the abstract background. I like to call it the chaos. So I could take all of the chaos away and just have only the subject. And what I would do is I would get a canvas print with only the subject. So it'd be like this right here, right? So now I have this canvas with the subject, and then I will paint the chaos around it, which what that does is it gives you the texture like an original. It allows me to add that matte and gloss contrast like with the original. But I don't spend so much time like I do with the original, right? Because the subject, the details, especially of figures, is what takes the most time and skill set. And those things are a big part of what affects cost. So if I'm eliminating that time by just printing that subject for you and then just painting the abstract parts of the background, now you get a piece that may be more aligned with your budget. But you get a piece that's still unique, like the original, and still has paint and texture like the original. And most of the cases, I limit the number of these mixed media pieces that I'm going to do. So you also have a more exclusive piece like the original, but at a fraction of the cost of the original, right? That's great, right? So that's the second thing, mixed media, right? Third thing is a canvas print. Let me see, I got one of those. Show you these. My canvas prints, quality is a priority with anything and everything that I do. So like I went through a few different print source, like print providers, to come across the ones I'm using now, and they are amazing. So like this right here, this is a print, and like all the time, like people ask me, like, oh, but I don't know what a print's gonna look like. And like usually when I'm showcasing pictures, like those pictures are the prints. And I do that on purpose because I'm like, if you like this picture and how this picture was displayed, then you like the prints. Like, so I don't have to go and then say, try to do anything to convince you of liking the print. Like, while I would love to get you the original or mixed media, right? That's not in everybody's budget. I know that the prints are usually what's in most people's budget range, right? This is mostly our budget range. Boom, right here, where the prints are priced. So now you saw the picture of the print, you commented on that. I was like, hey, I love that. Can we get that? And I'm like, yeah, prints are here. And I'm like, oh, but I don't know about prints. What the prints look like? And I'm like, it's the exact thing that you liked. the picture of that made you comment. That was it. That was a print. This is beautiful, right? Look at it. Look at the quality, right? So with the prints, there are two types of prints. So these are the last two forms for the art. There's a canvas print. The canvas prints are printed on stretch canvas, semi-glossy. There is a stretch bar around here. It's about 1.5 inches to 1.25 to 1.5 inches thick. Right, it's wood, pine wood. It's very sturdy, and the canvas is stretched around it, stapled to it. And usually it'll come with some like sawtooth hangers, but I like to professionally install hanging wire. It gives a little bit more flexibility on how things are displayed, right? So boom, it'll come ready to display, just like that, right? So that is a canvas print. That's an example. And the last thing is a Giclee print. You might have seen that term, Giclee print. And what that is a, to put it in layman's terms, it's a very, very high quality laser jet print, specifically meant for artwork, right? So it's designed to be able to get those vibrant colors that you might get from someone's art piece, and to be able to print out those finer details that you would get from someone's art piece, right? So that is what that means. Very, very high quality laser jet printer. Right, and the type of ink that they use is also like an archival water-based ink, so it's acid free, and it will last like forever without fading or without like yellowing or any of those things. And then the other thing that matters is the type of paper that you print on. Again, quality matters. So I only use a heavy weight, heavy duty textured watercolor paper. It's a cold pressed. So I don't know if on here if you can see the texture or not. I'm gonna turn it to the back, maybe. But what you can see is like even with me turning it to the back, like how thick it is, because you can't really see through it, and you see like it's not like um folded down like if it was like poster paper. A lot of people ask me if I make posters. I don't make posters because posters are cheap. Like if I'm being like the simplest answer, like there's other reasons, but the simplest answer is because they cheap. Posters are cheap. Like a lot of times you open it, like they roll posters up and like wrap them in a cellophane. Like you get them, the ends all crinkly. You take the cellophane off, you end up ripping the poster because they're thin and cheap paper. Like I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't, and I won't make posters. Not through me. Like I might do contract work for somebody, and then it's my artwork, but it's them selling the stuff, and they want to sell posters. That's something. Anyway, the Giclee print, boom, right? So usually it's going to have a white border anywhere from 1/4 inch to a full inch, depending on the size. And these do not come ready to hang. They come ready for you to either just go ahead and frame them. That's why it has this border. So you can put it in a frame, and then you don't have to worry about cutting off parts of the picture. Or you can mat it. Again, now you could, boom, put the mat on there without cutting off the picture because there is a border there for you. And then you could mat it and frame it. right? So that is the Giclee prints. They come in different sizes. This one right here is an 8-inch by 12-inch. That is a smaller size that I usually do. But all of the prints are usually going to be signed. Depending on the type of run, they may be numbered and dated. But those are the types of prints, right? The other two options of how I do things are cards, collectible trading cards, and then fashion. I don't have nothing to show on the fashion right now. It's laundry day. Just to be honest with you. But I'll also put like my artwork on t-shirts and on sweatshirts. I was gonna put it on hoodies, but I have not found a place that does hoodies both at a quality I like and a price that makes sense for me to also be trying to sell it to people. Right. So like the ones that do the quality, like their price is to the point like I would have to sell y'all $80 hoodies. And just market wise, I don't know if that's something that can happen, but let me get this on here. Boom. So we have cards. So I turned some of my artwork into limited edition art cards. And all of the newer cards that you'll see, they're going to come like this. But there was an older version, which I have. And I'm trying to get rid of those. So you'll see during the art show that there's a special deal going on them. Like they come in a hard case like this, and this is the back of those. They're handwritten names and numbers. And then there's variants. So like there's one with holographic on there. There is one that's golden, right? And then there's one that's chromed out, like monochromatic, and it's a chrome color. And like they're numbered differently. So like it's only 5 golden ones, right? Only 15 of the chrome ones. And then you can't see this because it's in yellow, but there's 20 of the holographic ones because it's in the same, the color is the same color as whatever my signature is on it. And then the base ones are numbered out of 99. So that's the base one. There's no signature or nothing on there. All right. Boom. That's how everything is broken down. So hopefully that answers those questions for you. If not, definitely don't ever hesitate to reach out to me if you have questions. Okay. If you ever want a custom piece done, I only do custom pieces 2 ways. You have the original artwork, which would be on canvas, and you have a card, which would be the new style. So it would be like this, where I have like the label. And this is what the back of the new style looks like. Right, let you know these are one of one, very limited edition, handcrafted masterpieces, a small collectible art. Right, so I will do custom cards. The prices vary a lot. Like that's something that we will have a conversation about. So hopefully that addresses all those questions. The second thing I want to go to before I kind of go through and showcase the artwork is the ground rules for purchasing, right? So you may see that there's like this little ticker thing that's going across the bottom, right? What's on there, there's a phone number. That number can be text. So you can text me. There's my email that's on there as well. So you can send me an email. Or if you connect with me on Instagram or Facebook, which my Instagram name is on there, and then how you can find me on Facebook, you can send me a message. And how I'm doing this art show is I'm trying to keep this simple. Hopefully it makes sense. I kind of went over it in my head a few times, and I'm like, hopefully the delivery makes sense. Anyway, I have, for most of the pieces, I have the retail or the sell price, like the price that it is if you go to my website and you try to buy it, or after this event, like that's what the price is. And then for all of you all who are seeing this, whether you're on it live or whether you watch the recap video, like assuming it lets me share, hopefully I'm not doing this in vain. Like it should be recording and let me post this like on like my Facebook page where people can watch it after the fact. So if you're watching this, the only way you could be watching this is because I invited you or somebody that I invited you, right? So there's not like It's not going to be um, like publicly marketed so that anybody and everybody can just come across it. You have to have some kind of connection to me. And with that, like that connection, like I know that if you're seeing this, especially if you're watching it all the way through to this point and you still rocking with me and still talking to me, you vibe with me. You vibe with my style, you vibe with my artwork, you really want to check it out, right? So because you vibe with me and because you like my art and you, I know it's going to be appreciated, especially if you're waiting until now for me to actually share it and showcase it with you. Um, I am making a special offer. That special offer, I'm going to call it my ask price, right? So I'm gonna tell you what the price of something is, and then I'm gonna tell you my ask price. Okay. So for example, I may say, hey, these prints are $50. What my ask price is $30, right? Hopefully, boom, that makes sense, right? But here's what's sweet. I am accepting offers because a lot of this stuff that I have, I need to make room for new stuff. So I need to get some of it out of here. From just being honest with you, right? So I am accepting offers. So the way that it works, what you have to do, very, very simple. One of them contact methods, whether it's the text, the email, DMing me, whatever the case, whichever one you decide to do, you'll pick a piece or multiple pieces and you'll send me an offer. It's not a negotiation. Like it's not going to be a back and forth thing where I'm like, this piece is 500, my ask is 400. And you'd be like, would you do two? I ain't going to come back and be like, what about 250? And be like, well, can we meet in the middle or 225? It's not going to be none of that. What it simply is going to be you send me your best offer for the things that you want. Everybody's going to send me the best offer for the things that you want. So if I have this print, canvas print, like the one that I had with Dizzy, and I say, hey, these are $350. The ask price is $200. And I get 7 people to send me an offer because they want that. Well, one person might say something crazy like, oh man, I got $50. And I was just gonna get ignored. Like ridiculous offers, like I'm not gonna pay attention to them. If they're too low, like be reasonable. That's all I can say. But nonetheless, that offer comes through, field of offers come through, and like there's one that says, hey, your ask is 200. Boom, I got 200. And it might be somebody else to say, I like that piece. I'm pretty sure other people will like that piece. And I'm gonna go between the ask of that 200 and 350. I'm gonna offer 300, right? And then there might be somebody say, I really want that piece. And from what you said, it's the only one left. So I'm gonna give you the full price for it, which is the 400, right? The thing is, you don't know what other people are going to offer. So offer your best because they're going to send those offers directly, right? So they send me the offer, boom. I got the offer from them, and hopefully my phone don't die. It just went down 15%. I thought it was charging, but it looks like my plug is partially sticking out. So let me fix that real quick. All right. So and then somebody comes in and say, boom, they send me an offer for 400. What's going to happen is I'm going to collect all the offers. You have until end of day Thursday. Today is Monday, the 19th. So you got Tuesday, the 20th, Wednesday, the 21st, Thursday, the 22nd. You have until Thursday, the 22nd, right? Come Thursday, the 22nd. The offers that I see, the acceptable ones, whoever has the best acceptable offer is going to get a message letting them know, boom, your offer was accepted for this, and that. And then we work out how you're going to pay. You have a time frame, which I'm going to work out with you at that time. If it's not paid, I'll go to the next person, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So if I say, hey, you got the best offer, you have till tomorrow to make this payment, or I go to the next person. And you don't reach out, you don't send a message, you just kind of disappear on me, and I'm gonna go to the next person. Hey, it looks like you actually have the best offer for the 300. And then they get back to me, bet what's the cash app? They send me the 300. And then you reach out to me 3 days later. Like, oh, great, I'm glad I got him. I have to say, unfortunately, you didn't respond, so it went to somebody else. Yeah, see. Okay, all right. So hopefully that all makes sense, right? So that's the boring part. Let's go ahead and get into it with the artwork. Let me go ahead and share some things and see what we got here, right? We're gonna start from this way. I want to turn it around. Let's turn this so I can turn the camera, focus with the tripod. Video settings. Back. All right. Let's start with this one. This is the Bobby Witt Jr. My guy just signed a massive contract that he's staying with the Royals. This is a mixed media piece. This is an unlimited mixed media piece. So there's no number on there. It will be signed. Technically, that makes it an original because it's in a mixed media. So there's not going to be another one that looks just like this one. But anybody who asks, they'll get this subject that I drew, and then I'll paint around it differently, right? So this is a 24-inch by 36-inch canvas, the hanging wire. So it is ready to display. And this piece is 1200, right? 1200. My ask for anybody who is on here is 800. All right. So 1200 is the price. 800 is the ask. Shipping and handling and insurance is going to be separately because that's going to be dependent on what all you may get and how much you get. Like I might just cover that for you depending on the piece and the number of pieces, right? So again, Bobby Witt Jr., 24-inch by 36-inch mixed media, 1200, and the ask is 800. There are a few, oh, actually, before I go to this next painting, I'm going to go over some prints that I have. I'm going to just kind of flash them through kind of slowly. But as I'm talking, I'm going to talk about the prints in general, okay? Because they are all similar in pricing. The only difference is what they are. I want to address this because I have a couple of the Bobby Witt available like this. So these prints, some of them I have about 2 to 5 available. Not all of them. Some of them, this is the last one. These prints are from a print run. You can see right there. It's numbered out of 100. I had a 100 art day challenge. I tried to make 100 pieces over 100 days. I did not get to 100 pieces. I think I got like 70 pieces done. I think that's still pretty impressive. But I got about 70 pieces done. And then for those pieces, I had the originals, and then I had prints like this. And there were 100 of them available, and they're numbered. And they were also only available for a limited time. I was sold out of them, but there was a store who got some of them. And unfortunately, that store had to close down and they sent me back the prints. So I have a handful of them available now because, they had to come back from that store. And this is what is left of those, right? So all of these are 8-inch by 12-inch Giclee prints. These are all $50, right? And the ask for these are $30, right? So we have right here Louis Vuitton Don Skateboard P. This is for real, right? So you can kind of see the ode to his clothing brand, Billionaire Boys Club and Ice Cream. And he's a fashion icon, so kind of got him in some nice little dressed up stuff. And he is now the creative director, replacing Virgil Abloh after his unfortunate death. and he's a creative director for Louis Vuitton. So you see the LV on the cheek, kind of paying a nod to that. And then you see the side of the jacket over here. My wife, she does surface designs. She doesn't do she doesn't talk about it much, and she's not really putting the work out there. But this is a pattern that she did that I liked, so I kind of threw that on his jacket like he was rocking her stuff. But boom, here we go. Right. So we got Pharrell. And if you like any of these pieces, what you do is, like I said, you pick one of those forms of contacts and you send me an offer. You say, hey, I like that Pharrell print. Offer is $30, $35, $25, whatever it may be. Right? Here's a young Michael Jackson. Right? So for quite a few of those pieces, I was doing musicians. Uh, a lot of them, I think it's maybe two that are not, but a lot of them are going to be Black musicians because these are musicians that influenced me or that I listened to growing up. Some of it by choice, right? Some of it not so much by choice. It just happened to be like at the events and things for my family. Some of it just because of the historical reference to us being in Kansas City, like the jazz scene downtown, for example. Duke Ellington on the keys right here. So listening to jazz, Duke Ellington is definitely a big name, and around around my family, like we play some jazz, we play some a lot of different things. But Duke Ellington is that guy, right? Boom. Got Jimi Hendrix playing the guitar with his tongue. You see him right there? Get close, get closer. Right? So these pieces, any of these pieces I'm showing you, like these are the last of these pieces. Some of them, it's actually the last one, right? So for ones that I have multiple of, let's say, 5 people send me an offer and I have 3 of them, then the top 3 are going to get it. So boom. This is, I wish I had all of them. I don't. I think I only have like 3 out of the 5. I did a 5-piece series during that time. It was an abstract series, and it is called I Smile Even Though. And each of the pieces has something that we as people may go through, kind of abstractly or metaphorically illustrated, right? So this one is I smile even though I'm going through a storm. A lot of times we have storms in life and they try to take us out and cover up the sunshine of our days. But if we could smile through those, and we do that because we know that the sun is still up there, it's just behind those clouds. Those clouds will eventually move, that storm will eventually cease. So even though we're in the storm, we're still gonna smile. Not gonna let that dictate how we operate, right? This one is called I Smile Even Though My World is Upside Down. So you'll see on this one, I have it this way. It doesn't matter which way you decide to hang it. That's why I put the signature on the side and the number on the side on this one instead of picking the top or bottom. Because you can put it this way since that's the title. But you see the drips, they're going, if you have it this way, they're going up. If you have it this way, then they're going down. Drips drip down, right? So, like, you could decide how you want to do it. But this one's even though my world's upside down. You can kind of see an abstract background in the back where, like, holding it this way, that's the sun, that's the sky back there, is the clouds. This is the ground, some abstract flowers in the field. So that's why you have that upside down world, right? So even if the smile is this way, the background is upside down. Your world is upside down. Because even though some things may be going on that turn our world upside down, like we're still gonna smile through that because we do not let those circumstances dictate how we move forward. We can make a choice to still smile through the things. This one is I smile even though I'm feeling blue. Right? And the thing is about a smile, like a smile, you the brain is crazy. The brain is crazy amazing. It doesn't know, like you could talk to yourself positively or negatively, and it doesn't know that you're joking with yourself. Like you hear people say like you can sing to a plant or something like that and it can grow. You talk nice to it, tell it you love it, and it grows. Like you do that too, in a sense that if a lot of people talk bad to you and talk down on you, it can change your perspective, which changes the chemicals in your head, which can lead you to do bad, mediocre, not so good, not your best things, make poor decisions, stuff like that. But from the flip side, you tell yourself happy things, big things, good things, growth things, then you can have a more positive, growing, um, better off type of decisions and mindset and just thoughts just moving forward. Like you set your neural pathways. So that's the same thing. Like even though you may be feeling sad, something may be going down, you can choose to smile and set those neural pathways. So even when I'm feeling blue, I still smile. Right. This one we got Long Beach Snoop Dogg from the LBC. Snoop print from the 100 Days of Art. I think I got maybe 2 of those. This way. Got Louis Armstrong, aka Satchmo. This one's called Blow It Like Satch. I have like maybe 4 of these left. They wanted like 20 of these, and I only got 4 of them back. So these did pretty well. Blow It Like Satch. I call this one Lady of Class. So this original piece. So the subject is this rapper named Lady London. It's from a photo shoot she did, and she actually owns the original piece, which is pretty awesome. I love when I'm able to get in touch with the subject of a piece and then work out something where I can get them like a print or something like that. But for them to say, no, I want to get that original from you, like that's always spectacular. Right? And then we have Diz on the horn, which this is why, because I have the Diz and I have that Bobby Witt one. This is why I wanted to do this real quick before I went to other ones, because I wanted to go over like, hey, there are some options for some of these on the smaller size for if your budget's not quite as big, right? So again, the price for these are $50. The ask is, I think I said $30. I might have said 35. If I did say 35, it's $30, right? So this is a Kansas City current player. Her name is Lola Labanta. Let's call her Lola. All right. Being a Kansas City Chiefs fan and being in Kansas City, this is the only Raiders piece you're gonna see from me, unless it's a commission. Like if you commission one, I'll do it for you. It's gonna be great. I'm not gonna compromise on quality because y'all the rival team. But I'm not just about to do no limited editions of any Royals. I mean, of any Raiders. It's only because it's Bo Jackson and because he was a Royal, and I just kind of wanted to have a piece that celebrated both of those aspects. The fact that this man played both of these at a professional level and clowned in both of them, like he's tough. Like he wasn't okay or average in both of them. He was really good in both of them, even at a professional level. Like some people you see play multiple sports in college, but like every time that you move up a level, like you go from high school to college, from college to professional, like every time you're moving forward now with the best of the best from that previous level. So like to be able to shine at that top level, that's crazy. This is, I think you go by like Mr. Manhattan, Mr. Little Apple, something like that. um, I can't even think of his name. He went to K State. He was a big part of their growth and their season, which they were doing very well. Um, and like he's a shorter player, but had a huge impact So I made a piece for an event that he was doing. That's one of the last ones that's left of that. Salvi for president, right here. So I call this piece Salvador. Like the Royals, man. Keeping him was great. The thing with the Royals, they don't like to spend money to keep people we need to keep. Like we had a championship. You know how many people we lost from that championship team that right the year after? It's crazy. Like, like wow. It was ridiculous. And like it just wasn't good trade moves at all. Anyway, moving on. Jesse Owens. Speed machine himself. See all those first place Olympic gold medals. It's a bad man right there. Breaking color barriers during crazy times in the world. Bobby Witt Jr. So, like I said, so you can have the mixed media canvas, right? Or you can have one of these last, I think I have 2, maybe 3 of these available. Dame time before he got traded to the Bucks. He's on the Trailblazers. And this is, I know the last one of these that I have. No Joke, the Joker. Two-time MVP, NBA champion. That boy cold. One of the legends I grew up with, Carmelo Anthony. Melo legend. Pay homage to a lot of different teams that he was on. New York Knicks, Denver Nuggets, Lakers, Trailblazers, Oklahoma Thunder. Patrick Mahomes. See that right there? College champion spirit. This is a lot of these pictures are sourced from the Super Bowl. See that patch right there. And then we go back to back, win another one. This is beautiful. One of my favorite Chiefs running backs, Jamal Charles. Favorite one is Priest Holmes. I did do a Priest Holmes piece when I was in Colombia, and that piece it was like super limited edition. Definitely not any more of those available. But it's Jamal Charles piece. Another 2-time Super Bowl champ right here. Isaiah Pacheco, the only running back in NFL history to start and win in his first 2 years a Super Bowl. Like he started 2 years ago. Each year he's been to the Super Bowl. Like his career is only starting and then being a Super Bowl champion. Like that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. And then if we can get that 3-peat, he might be the same thing, but in a wide receiver. Young rookie had a standout performance, breaking franchise records and NFL ones as far as like just regular receiver. But postseason, he also did phenomenal. Rashee Rice. This piece is one of, I think, 3 pieces that I have my hands on that are available. You see, there's no number on here, just a signature. But this size is no longer available. I made some changes. So but you can get this piece bigger. This is part of an open edition run, just something that I'm doing to try to make sure that there's always an option this available for like the different budget. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be a different range of budgets that come through and love my art. And I want to have something that's available for those different ranges of options. And by making that one open edition, it's something that can just always be for sale. And because it's always available and there's not a limitation or exclusion on there, I can keep that price a little bit lower, right? Because exclusivity is one of the things that affect the price. But right here, got Snead doing an interception. It's a beautiful interception. It's just a little motivational message right there. Focused is the word. Keep your eyes on the prize. Message. I was gonna do like more of these. Y'all know those those pictures where it has like the word like that and then something underneath it. I was gonna do more, but this one surprisingly didn't do that well. Anyway, this is the last one of those. All right, Digital Charles. Last year, the Super Bowl run, I did a series called Hunt for Lombardi because we were facing all beasts, right? And a lot of times, things don't just line up this way, but this worked out like perfectly. We faced the Jaguars, we faced the Bengals, and then we faced the Eagles in the Super Bowl as we were on our way to get the Lombardi trophy, and we destroyed them all. And we have like some pieces of each of those victories throughout here. Like we have the tiger hide, jaguar pelt, eagle's wings, right? And then during the parade, and some after the championship, like just photos. Mahomes had this wrestling belt and the Oakley shades. So, or no, they were snow goggles. But boom, yeah, we had a little bit of all that, and he got the MVP trophy, which he got again this year. But I have maybe 5 of these. The originals are actually available if you find yourself in Kansas City. They are in a gallery in downtown Kansas City called Gallery 1739. The whole series originals are there. Have Troy Palmalu, part of the number series for the open edition. And then we have Ken Griffey Jr., part of that number series. It's my favorite baseball player right here. Second favorite athlete of all time. My favorite athlete of all time is Jerry Rice. Like such a spectacular, just athlete and person. But boom, we got Jerry Rice. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Right here is Ken Griffey Jr. Right. So those are all the prints, right? Then the next thing I want to run through real quick is this, the cards. So it shows you all the different types, right? So we went through these. We have the gold is the rarest, and then the chrome, then the holographic, and then the base. These were when I first released them. There's 30 different athletes, and there are 200 total cards of each athlete. So like there's different numbers for each one, right? Only 5 of those are gold, roughly 99 were the base, but altogether out of all the different variants, it's 200 of each. So it's a total of 6,000 cards. I have a few hundred of these left, not specifically Ja Morant, but of all of them. So what I am doing right now, these are on sale. They are $25 each. It was $40 for the base, like 70 to 85 for the holographic, about $100 for the chrome, 150 for the gold. Right now, it's $25, right? Any of the ones that you want from that collection, but you do not get to pick whether you get the gold, the chrome, holographic. You just get to pick the athlete. You can say, hey, I want the Ja Morant, I want the Jordan, I want the Mahomes, I want the Pacheco, right? You tell me which ones you want, and then randomly, boom, you'll get them. So you might get a gold, you might get 3 bases, and you might get a chrome. Don't know which ones you're going to get until you get it. It's kind of like opening a pack. It's fun. If you buy at least 4 of them, you will get 2 additional cards at random. So that's the deal that I have going on right now. Like, that's just a phenomenal deal. There's no like offer on these. It's straight up. It's $25 per card. You can pick the player, and that's that. Now there are offers for the new card, and what I'll do is well, actually I already have a post. So if you want to see all of the cards, just let me know and I'll send you a link. But we have the one of ones. These right here. These are a lot more exclusive. As you can see, like they're labeled. There's only one of each of these. Some of them there's a variant, but like these ones are hand painted on. Right, the holographic part is hand overlaid. Like these are handcrafted. These take a lot more time and they're a lot more exclusive. This one's not signed. I need to get it out of there. I'll show you the rest they're signed. That's because I don't have the authenticity sticker. I need to get this printed for this number. But so let me go ahead and show the next one. I'm saying that. Boom. So you see it's a signature up there. There's a sticker. The sticker has a number on there that matches the limited edition number. So it's kind of like a built-in certificate of authenticity, right? Show that that's a one of one, that there's no more like it, that it's real, that it came from me as the artist. It's not some kind of knockoff. Right? So you can't duplicate that, right? So each of these are $250. One of one collectible cards already framed and slabbed and ready to be put with your card collection. But the ask is, this is big. I never accepted this low for one of these, is $150. While I will take offers, possibly lower than that, like it's gonna be like really, it gotta be close. It's gotta be close. It's Jordan with the 3-peat, but your better range is to be within like 150 to 250. Right? And we have Mike Tyson, Earn Mike. Man, I bite your ear off. It's bad, man. The gym. It's before the face tattoos. You really didn't want to mess with this one. So what you'll notice on all of them is like the holographic, I put like a cracked ice on most of them. And then like I cut around the subject. So the cracked ice is not over them. This is Miles Morales. I call it web glitch. You can kind of see like that glitch effect. Because you know that's how it was in the movie. So I wanted to kind of represent that on the card too. But around the subject, you don't have that cracked ice holographic, so you can really see it. I had to cut that all out by hand. Have the Joker, Josset. And again, you can see back. Each of them has that winner circle stamp. Each of them has a different, unique, limited edition number that matches the authentication sticker with my signature on there. Got Joe Montana, one of the best quarterbacks ever. I threw it to my favorite athlete, Jerry Rice. I said, well, where's the Jerry Rice stuff? Such a big fan. So I did a couple Jerry Rice pieces, which are all sold out except for the cards. He's in that limited edition collection of cards. He's one of the athletes on there. Like the 30 pieces that I chose for that other one, the other collection, are all of the most popular pieces that I did from 2022. And Justin Fields. Got his car all on the field. And we kind of just like rushing through these. But we will go slower when we go through the artwork. I need to grab my tablet real quick while I'm doing this. Log into my streaming thing because my phone is only at 9%, and I got a feeling it's gonna die on me. Got Goku. Okay. There we go. That's me logging in on my tablet. I'm gonna switch my camera to my tablet. And hopefully, if my phone dies, it doesn't cut the stream because that was the only one that I pressed record on. But it seems like it's doing right. Justin Herbert, the great one, Wayne Gretzky. The French phenom, Victor Wemby. And then the last one, MVP Pat. I don't know, with him winning that second Super Bowl back to back, number 3 for him total. Might put this mug up on eBay. No, but really, anybody who makes an offer from here, it's yours if it's within an acceptable range. Like I said, this is for y'all. Y'all support me. I'm giving y'all first chance of refusal. Right? Okay. So let me turn my iPad camera on. Let me switch it to back camera. Let me change this on here. There we go. All right, now we're on my iPad camera. And let me turn this. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So hopefully, if my phone dies, it don't do nothing to the stream because I am now on my iPad, and I should be able to go through some things. Let's go to actual artworks. I have a few originals that I'm gonna go over with you guys. So all the excitement around the football season, I had to make a couple of 49er pieces. I had these before they made it to the Super Bowl. I was trying to find the post that I made like from way early in the season. My prediction was a rematch between the 49ers and the Chiefs. And I'm so confident in that I made these pieces and a couple of other Chiefs pieces because like I felt like they would be relevant because they're going to the Super Bowl. So these are those two for them. Like I'm in Kansas City, so it's definitely more Kansas City pieces than 49ers pieces. But I have Deebo Samuel's the chain mover. So this is called. Let's see. See that gloss reflecting the sunlight versus that matte. See that texture, get that detail. These are in a gold frame. And one of the things I really love to do is kind of extend the painting to the frame. Like, don't let things limit you. And for me, like, that's even the frame. Like, you can't limit my creativity. You can't box it in. So we extend that artwork out to the frame. And you'll see that pretty much on anything that I have a frame. Except for, like, the prints, because usually prints are, like, matted. So I can't do it the same way. But any original piece, Boom. Yeah, like that. So this piece right here, it is 4 feet tall. It is almost 3 feet wide, 32 inches by 48 inches. It is acrylic and ink and gold leaf. It's only a little bit of gold leaf. It's like right here in the 49ers. And then up here in the gold ring around San Francisco. It's not a lot. And then this piece here has some gold leaf as well. Same thing in the ring. Some up here on the football. A little bit more for him on the arm outline. And then in the 49ers. Both of these pieces are the same size, same type of material, and have that same kind of contrast. And these are original paintings. There are limited edition prints available of these on the website. The newer prints, the way it works is there's 10 Giclee prints. They're numbered. They're 16 inches by 24 inches. And then there's 10 canvas prints. They're numbered and they are 20 inches by 30 inches. And then there's 3 mixed media prints available. Those are 24 inches by 36 inches, and they come framed in a oak frame, right? And then you have your originals, which are these. And these are $5,000. $5,000 each. The ask price, you guys. So don't be giving this to nobody else. It's for you guys. It's $3,500. It's 30% off. And they come with a certificate of authenticity. And I make like a bill of sale type of thing that it'll come with it as well, with the actual full price for like insurance purposes for original pieces. All right, we're just gonna move over to the next piece here. For the next piece, this is a print. I told you print quality is A1. This is a Chris Jones piece. Such an X factor on the Chiefs defense. I had to make a piece of him. This is my wife's favorite Chiefs player. Cause like the defense is who wins the games. And she's like, he hold us down on the defense. He's the ones that allow us to get another chance to get it back and stop the other team from scoring. Putting that pressure on him, and he's consistent. It's like pay that man his money. But he's also always such a positive light. So I had to make a piece with him. And this piece, there are 95 prints available. So like on these and a few others, it's like 10 Giclee, 10 canvas, and then 3 mixed medias, right? So those are specifics. This one is 95 total. Like they're going to be numbered 1 through 95. And it doesn't matter what the size is. So prints for this are available, like Giclee prints and canvas prints. This particular one, because it's available, doesn't have like where you can send me an offer. Like it is the price that's on there, and I will give anybody who reaches out and say that they seen the live stream art show discount code, so you can get 25% off of anything that's on the website. So no offer for like you can't send me an offer for this piece, right? So the 24 inch by 36 inch canvases are $500 for this size. There's a smaller size canvas available, and then 2 smaller size Giclee prints available, and they range from like $70, it may be 75, 75 to the 500. So if you want those, let me know. Right. This right here it's a special piece. So Messi is like the goat of goats. Like he has a ton of awards, and with soccer being like a world sport, like he's known. He's one of the most well-known athletes of all calibers, like to exist, because soccer is so big, and he is the best soccer player, right? So I call this piece legends. Legend amongst men. You kind of say I kind of pay ode to like that Sistine Chapel type of vibe right here, like that old Italian Renaissance type vibe, and still kind of put my twist on there. So we have like these people around him trying to reach out, and they are statues because they're just frozen in awe of his greatness, right? And then you have like the clouds coming behind him, which is a mix of different types of gold leaf to kind of give it that refraction and kind of some depth. Like I didn't want to use all the same kinds. So it's like a copper, or shiny gold, silver, like a rose gold type of different kinds of gold leaf in there. And what's also special about this piece, one is the biggest one that I made, and two is what I call a true one of one. So this is one of the only pieces. So I think I've done like, not counting commission pieces, this is the only piece that there are no copies. Like there's no prints available. It's not going to be on shirts. It's not going to be a card. It's none of that, right? This piece is 5 feet tall by 4 feet wide, 60 by 48. Huge piece, biggest piece I've done. It's in a gold frame, and just look at it. Just look at that, right? Beautiful, isn't it? This piece is $12,000. That price includes shipping. I have to put this in a special crate, and it has to be freight shipped. So it will not be shipped immediately upon selling, because I have to get that stuff taken care of. Like it has to be shipped kind of customized. Like I have to set up a whole ordeal to get it to you. But the ask for you guys is $9,000. A huge difference, and that's only, like I said, you can put in your offers through Thursday. So after that, like that, what I just said, just obsolete, don't count no more. Right? Payment plans can be made on any of the pieces. Just let me know. All right, if you need to set up a payment plan, or if you have questions about what that looks like. All right, so from here on, I'm gonna just put some pieces up on that easel and then just trade them out. So we have Diz on the horns. This is the last one. So that's number 12 out of 100. So a lot, like I said, with the Chris Jones, where I'm doing 95. The 100 Days of Art pieces were numbered to 100. And it was the same way. It wasn't like 100 Giclee and then 100 canvas. It was 100 total. All right. So this is the last canvas of it. And it is a 16-inch by 24-inch canvas, and most of them are going to have this hanging wire attached, so it's ready to hang. This one, the ask price is $200. The actual price when I was selling them, again, they're sold out, so you can't get any more of these. It's the last one. Was $350. So boom, we got that right there. Okay, and I have a few different ones. So I'm gonna just be all the same size and type of option. Right? Next one we're gonna put up there is Purple Rain herself, the late great Prince, also formerly known as Prince, and then became Prince again. All right, so same thing, 16-inch by 24-inch canvas, comes ready to hang. It's a stretched canvas. There are two of these. There's one being exhibited, and then this one here. So that ask is $200. have. Nope, nope, don't want that in. Blow it like such. There's 2 canvases left of this as well as this one, and there's one being exhibited. Right. This one is number 25 out of 100. The Prince one is number 9 out of 100. Same thing, 16-inch by 24-inch print. Go ahead. Right. Let's see. Okay. What do I want to do? I have some more canvases, but I also have some large prints that I want to do real quick. So let's do that. We're gonna start off with this one. So this one's a little bit different than the rest of them. So we're gonna start with it. This right here is my first collab piece. I worked with this artist out of Tyler, Texas. His name is D Feel Good. See that right there? This piece is from this year. So this piece is actually available right now. So I just wanted to showcase this real quick. This is only available from my website. It will only be available through, I think, the first week of March or like the end of this month. It's a limited time release type of thing. So it's not numbered, but you only have to a certain date to get that. So if you like this, go to my website, right? It's www.Deecor.design. I should put that on the little ticker thing. Let me see if I can add that real quick. I think I can. Boom. There we go. So I just added my website. So you can order this there. That don't make any offers, anything, because that is what it is. So those are available for like a week or 2 left. It's not long. And then let's see. These are the last of what I have left for here. These are from that 100-day art challenge. These are larger Giclee prints. The other ones were 8 by 12. These are, let me double check real quick. I think they're 12 by 18s. These are 16 by 24. Yeah, okay. So 12 by 18s. 12 by 18 inches. And these were $60. My ask is $40. All right, so we got Pacheco. We got Rashid Rice. We got Tina Turner. Spend a little bit more time on that. The first 2 we seen pictures of. Actually, I guess we didn't see. But here's the second one. Okay, my phone died. I think it said it disconnected. I'm gonna make this the big one. Turn it off. Turn it off. There we go. Okay, I don't know what just happened because I can hear my phone, so it's not off, and I just saw that camera. Anyway, let's keep going. Before it do die, it probably just went to like save mode and change the connection. Boom, we got Juju here. We got Kelsey. So again, these pieces, these are the last of these. Like, so whoever got the best offer will get them. If you really want it, maybe you send an offer that's even higher than the ask or the listed price. Some of these are from another collection, like the Juju one's not from the 100 Days of Art. You see that? That's from 2022. There was only 6 of this size made. This time I was out of the country. So this is like a few that I had left from that. I was in Colombia at the time I made this. Oh. Okay. So next up we have an original piece. I call this piece Beauty's Eyes. And I say beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So what if the beholder is the beauty themselves? It's kind of an abstract piece, a little realism just on the eyes. This piece is 12 inches by 24 inches. No, I don't think that's right. Let me check some. I think it's longer than that actually. Like 16 by 32. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it's 16 inches by 32 inches. This is the original painting. I'm gonna wait the light. So you see I kind of did the gloss contrast on here. The eyes and the eyebrows have like a gloss paint, but the rest of it has a matte varnish on it. And then I use some metallic paints, so you can kind of see them shining like in the eyes and around some of the, what would be the skin tone. Had a lot of fun with this piece. And then a lot of the detail with like acrylic markers, like the little smaller stuff. So because of those smaller things, this took quite some time. So this is original painting. This piece is $2,600. The ask price for you guys is $1,900. Okay. This one had a very, very limited print run too. So this is like, what did I do? I want to say like 20 prints. But I did not. So like this was, again, one that was made when I was in Colombia. So this one's had quite some journey. But I did not market it very well. Like I showcased it like once. Because there was life things going on. It was about when we found out that my wife was pregnant with our daughter, right? And then so we're navigating, okay, what are we gonna do? We end up coming back to the States. And now we're back home in Kansas City. But I didn't market that very well. So even though I had it set up for 20 prints, I also had it set up for like a limited edition time. And I think I maybe only sold like 3 prints from people who randomly came across my website at the time, because people didn't know it existed. So, like, even though there were marked for 20, it's only like 3 prints out there, and they're all Giclee prints. The original piece. I don't know what keeps happening. So I think it's barely hanging on. I'm gonna say 2%. I think the fact that it's plugged up is what's allowing it to stay on. Anyway, all right, here we are. This is Alvin Ailey in the background. The foreground is just a dancer doing some work from Alvin Ailey. Just kind of have him jumping in front of him because, like, this is his vision. Like, this is how I see things, and the way that I use color. Like, he, as an artist, sees through dance. And I kind of wanted to, like, that's like a literal kind of metaphor. Like, you see through the dancing. But, like, that's how he sees. That's, like, his lens of how he expresses things. So, I love this piece. This is one of my most fun pieces. But this one here is 16 inches by 24 inches. Let me double check that real quick. Yeah, okay. 16 inches by 24 inches. And this original is $1,500. The ask for this piece is $1,000. Light, see the reflection of the dancer in the front. See that high gloss, but then it's not anywhere else. Well, yeah, it's on the background. I think. No, I'm at it there. No, I didn't matte it. I did like a semi-gloss. Okay, yeah. So you can't really tell probably from the video. So I did a high gloss on the dancer in the front. I did a matte on Alvin Ailey, and then I did like a semi-gloss on the background, and then some metallic like gold paint. Right. And I have a couple more, and then I'm gonna switch to my computer real quick and run through a few with you guys, and then we're done. For anybody who's still with me, I appreciate you. Appreciate you staying through, checking out my art show, spending some time with me. This is a print I call 1-5. I call this piece 1-5. This, much like the Brock Purdy and the Deebo Samuels piece, is a limited edition where there's 10 canvases and then 10 Giclee prints and 3 mixed medias and the original. The original is on display at an exhibit, so I don't have that one to showcase, but I do have one of the 10 canvases, actually number 1 of 10. I usually keep one because I'm a firm believer that I'm going to do what I set out to do, which is make my artwork an investment. This is a solid investment, which means that the value of it grows. So I always usually like to keep one of the ones that I think are the most popular ones before they sell out. But in this case, I am going to allow this one to be sold. This piece is also available on my website. It is live available now. So I can't think of the prices right off the top of my head. I think the Giclee Prints, which are 16 by 24, I want to say those are $200. And then I want to say there's an option that you could pick to have it framed, matted and framed. And then the canvas prints are $650. And then you can have it framed for like a total of $800. So that's the price for this. Again, if you're seeing this and you want one of the pieces that are available online, shoot me a message and say, hey, I saw your live stream. I really loved whatever the piece may be. There was something you said about a discount, and I will send you a discount code that will get you 25% off of whatever's on the website. That code, however, is only going to be usable for a week. You have 7 days from today, from this live stream, which would be the 26th of February, right? Because today is the 19th. So you'll have until the 26th to use that code and get that 25% off. Because the live stream is happening now. And again, if they allow me to record it, which I pressed, so if I did it right, then I will have this up on my Facebook page, and it will be up until Thursday. And that's where offers, any offers can come through up through Thursday. So if you make an offer to me, you're not going to hear back on that offer until Friday, because you have up to Thursday to get the offers in. So you won't hear back until Friday. All right? But anything that's on my website, you can just go ahead and order. And you can just reach out to me and say, hey, I want that discount code from your virtual art show. Let me know what that is. In fact, you know what? No, because I don't have it made yet. I was going to say, I'm going to just put it down here at the bottom. I can't, because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, guys. So I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it just for you. All right, and then the last piece that I have with me, because I have a few more pieces I'm going to share with you guys, but they are going to be like in a slideshow format. And that is because they are on display somewhere, but I want to make sure you guys know that they exist. I'm going to tell you where they're on display, so if you're in Kansas City, you can go check them out in person. So it's 3, 6, 8 pieces on that slideshow. So we should be able to wrap it up within the next 15 minutes or so. So yeah, so I'm pretty much right on time, almost. Because I said from 2 to 4. Oh no, I got one more piece over here. Okay, so this piece right here is called "You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party." The part's implied. It's just called "Fight for Your Right." This is Travis Kelce with the diving catch that we did on the Ravens. They got us the first down, allowing us to stay in the game, leading to the touchdown drive that allowed us to make it to the Super Bowl. If that's not fighting for your right to party, I don't know what is. This is the original painting. This piece is the first piece that I did on this new format that I'm going to be trying out a little more often. And the way that it worked was I was sharing progress of me making this piece. And then I announced that it's going to be available, the prints, not the original. Prints will be available to purchase for a limited time. In this case, it was available from 3 days. It was from Super Bowl Sunday into Valentine's Day. You had a total of like 87 hours to purchase it, right? He's number 87. I just wanted to kind of play on that. So yeah, 87 hours to get in, get your art print. And then I'm going to number them based off of how many ever is ordered. And that's it. It will not be available anymore. So if you're seeing this, like unfortunately you can't order prints of this anymore. You missed your window, right? But you can get the original. So what I was going to do is, if we reached a certain number of prints, which we did not reach, it was 125. We got to 81. We got to 81. So we're about 40 plus off. Anyway, if we reached 125, one of the people who bought the prints was going to be given the original. I was just going to send it to them. When I sent them that print, they was going to get a bigger package than they expected. Right? But we didn't reach that number. That's okay. As time goes on and I'm working on marketing and get my name out there, doing things like this virtual art show, right? That number will go up. And eventually we'll be able to do something like that where I say, hey, if we get to 125 sales, somebody's going to get this original painting And then on day one, we're going to get that 125 sales. So, but anyway, as it stands, here we are. We have this original painting here. It is a, nope, I don't even know, 24 by 36, I think. Yes, yep, yes, it's a 24 by 36 inch canvas. And it is ready to hang. This original painting, excuse me a moment, I'm gonna mute this so. Hopefully my microphone didn't pick that up. I had a cough and a sneeze. um, this is a 24 inch by 36 inch original painting, and it is, I don't know if I set a price for this because I was hoping to give it away. Let's just, usually I make the original this size more. Let's say this one is 2,000, and the offer is going to be, I mean, not the offer, the ask price is going to be 30% off, so 1,400. Let's do that. All right, yeah, I like that number. Because I'm kind of thinking about like, all right, we sold this many prints, I was going to give it away for that much. Kind of do that math there, so it could be a little bit less than what it would be normally. Anyway, boom, one more. I have one more. I thought that was the last one. This one was hidden behind it. We got Air Goat right here. Jordan. This is the original piece that I made the Jordan card off of the limited edition with. So have you seen that card? Like this is the original paint. You can see. I was kind of playing with some of that matte and gloss within the black. Just see some of that texture. But this is a 16-inch by 24-inch canvas. Original painting here. 16-inch by 24-inch. It's like 380 something square inches. And this piece is 1,200 for the original painting. Prints are no longer available for that. The ask, however, is $900. So again, shoot your offers. Maybe you say, hey, I think 900 is fair. I only got 800 and I really want it. Will you take that, right? And everybody else coming in at less than 800, like, yeah, 800 is a fair offer, acceptable offer. Not to say fair, but acceptable. So shoot your shot. Right? All right, boom. That's the last live one. I'm gonna switch cameras real quick. Go over here. Put me up down there. Share this computer screen. And all right, so on here, what we're gonna be looking at is uh, boom. Okay. We got disconnected there again. But these pieces are actually on display at an exhibit at a location called MAS, M-A-S, which is Monarca Art Space, which is down in the Crossroads It is owned by an awesome artist. Her name is Vanya Soto. Um, and it will be there for, I think, a couple more weeks. Any of these pieces here. So you can go, if you're in Kansas City, you can go see these in person by going down there. Just look up Monarcha Art Space on Google. I want to say it's like 12th and Union, but I could be wrong. I know the street's Union. I don't remember the exact number. I want to say 1225, but Google it. Google it. Monarcha Art Space, Kansas City, Missouri. Right. And you can go check those out in person. But I'm going to go ahead and run through this little slideshow I made where I have the piece and the title, and then I recorded some video so that I can show y'all these pieces as well. So it has the price and the ask already on there, and then it has a video of the piece. And I'm kind of just talk to you. So this piece is Michael Jordan. As you can see, I've done quite a few Jordan pieces. He is one of my favorite athletes. Like his determination, his skill level, his tenacity, is like you name the adjective that is motivational, inspirational. Like he got it right, and he has it consistently, and like he puts on a show, and just very impressive, very motivational, very inspirational. Um, like as far as sure, there's some things like personal life you maybe say not role model-ish, but like as far as like role model or something to look up to, like he's a game changer. like a lot of people like think about like the way his sneaker deals are run now. Like a big part of that is because of him. Right, a lot of things on how players aspire to be in the NBA is because of him. Like even outside the NBA, as far as being elite in your field, like you aspire to have that level of eliteness, right? So this is a young Jordan. This painting is based on a young Jordan. I'm looking at the live stream, and unfortunately, it's making my video choppy, but it's not really choppy. I'm sad to see that. But you see, it's some gold leaf on there, on the necklace, on the earring, on the nose of the bull, right? And this is this painting on the frame. This is one of the mixed media pieces. This piece is available on the website, and it is um, the same as the Brock Purdy and the 1-5 Mahomes, like as far as the limitations. 10 canvases, 10 Gickleys, and 3 um, mixed media pieces. One of the mixed media pieces is already sold. This one's on display. It's available. And then there's also the last one, which can be made for someone. So that is this piece. We should be coming up soon to the next one. There we go. So this piece, the Lady of Class, I showed you the smaller print. This is the last of the canvas pieces. So just like the Satchmo and the Prince one, it was numbered to 100. It's a 16-inch by 24-inch canvas. Price is $350. The ask is $200. This is not on the website, so that has to come through from an offer. This is part of a collection that I did. So some time after I did the 100-day art challenge, I worked on a few pieces, did some commissions, and then I wanted to do a smaller challenge, an 8-day challenge. And for the 8-day challenge, I had my kids help me kind of pick a topic and pick what we were doing. So we picked some animals. We picked some endangered animals specifically. And we said, okay, I'm going to do one animal every day for the 8 days and kind of highlight those animals and bring some awareness to what's going on. So I have 3 of them on display at Moss, the original paintings. There are prints available for these on the website, and those prints you can order at any time. Ordering the prints from my website, part of the purchase is going to be
like not the purchase, part of the profit. That's the P word I'm looking for. Part of the profit is going to be donated to the World Wildlife Fund, and they have um, a lot of things going on to help the specific animals that I picked. Like they didn't do it around me. I picked animals around them. Like my kids, it's like you should do um, a panda bear. So I would check and see. Okay, panda bear is one of theirs. Boom, let's do that. You should do a turtle. Okay, let's see if there's any turtles. Boom, the hawkbill sea turtle is one of them. Right. So they are an amazing organization doing incredible work all around the world, and I'm happy to have these pieces and be able to do some efforts to help to further their cause and help their work. But this is the original painting. So if the original is out of your budget, but you like the piece, definitely go to my website and go to Open Edition Prints, and you'll see those there. And you can order, and then you can also pick an option. There's an option on there. It's like what is it? Wildlife Warrior, right? You pick that. It's the same piece. It's a little bit more, but what that does is you're donating that complete extra to the World Wildlife Fund, so that completely goes to them, and they're going to send you a gift. So it's going to be like a little plushie of the animal, like it's going to be a little plushie hawkbill sea turtle, um, a little certificate from them that says like you virtually adopted the animal, and just a little cue card about the animal. So that's an awesome option to pick as well. Right. So let's go ahead and let this little video play. That unfortunately is choppy, but I have three of them here. So we have the hogbill sea turtle, and then we have a tiger. I call this one "What Does a Tiger Dream?" So this was the first one that I did out of that collection. It's a I'm gonna say this wrong. Sumatarian tiger. It's like in the Indonesian area. So it's a specific tigers. Tigers are unfortunately endangered all over the place. This one is one of the most endangered of the tiger breeds. And this was the first one that I did. And with this piece, I love this piece. But after I did this piece, I was like, I want to do more realistic ones than more like dreamy, ethereal ones, because I really want to highlight like this is a real creature and them being endangered. Like it's a real problem. Like it's for real. It's not whimsical. It's not ethereal. Kind of how this piece is. But the idea when I did this piece, right, was the it's so crazy to think that there are animals like that as I grew up, like we knew about and they existed, and it can get to a point where they become extinct within my children's lifetime, to the point that I could have grandchildren or great grandchildren that would never be able to actually see those things in real life. You might see pictures of them or videos, but it'll be just like you see pictures and videos of dinosaurs. And I put that in quote because, we don't see real ones, of course, but we only have like their bones and they're reconstructed, like versus the pictures and videos of the tigers are from the real tigers, but that's all that they will have. So for them it's like that's not a difference, like they are just as mythological as the dinosaurs, and like that's like to the point of like were they ever real? Are tigers a real thing, or was it just a dream? What does the tiger dream? Like, so anyway, that's where this idea came from. It's a more ethereal like picture of that animal. But I really love this piece. Tigers are my favorite animal. So I definitely had to do one of a tiger. And then the next one is this sea creature called a vaquita. And vaquitas are the rarest sea animal that we know. So sure, there might be something else that's like already extinct or just very recently went extinct, but this is the rarest one that we know. They kind of look like a dolphin mixed with kind of like an otter or a tuna. I don't know, but I call this one not enough fish in the sea, because a big part of why they are going to be going extinct is because of fishing habits. like both in the way that fishers are fishing, like where it's kind of like this drag net, catch anything and everything type of thing, and then how much they are taking. Like they destroying coral reefs with the pollution from the boats and with taking out stuff and how they're doing their fishing. But then like so you're destroying their habitat and their food source. So literally there's not enough fish in the sea to support them. Then we have the Champion Spirit Patrick Mahomes mixed media canvas. You saw the print of this piece earlier. This one is unframed. It's a 24-inch by 36-inch canvas. This is another one that's like the Bobby Witt piece, where it is multiple of them available. This one's a little bit higher than that one because, as you can see, there's three different Mahomes, so there's a lot more work to do on and around this piece than the Bobby Witt one, right? So it does cost a little bit more, even though the price is the size is the same. But there is a smaller size available. This is a 24 by 36-inch. There is also a 16-inch by 24-inch option you could pick as well. But I wish the video would show like the video shows. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna smooth, but it's choppy for y'all. That sucks. This is one of three pieces that I did. I really love this collection. I call it my tribe. It's blended. There's three pieces that I did while we were in Mexico. My wife, she's black and Mexican. Her maternal side, they are from Guadalajara. I am black and Hawaiian, and I have some Native American in me as well. And within all of those groups, like ancestor wise, they had tribes, right? And those tribes had like different tribal colors and like masks. Like you had the tikis, and then you have like the Mayans have their statues with the faces. Where like they were used for different things. The Africans have like their masks that they wore, and COVID was happening, and we had to put on masks. So like we had like this all this mask stuff going on, and then I'm in Mexico where I'm experiencing this beautiful culture, and like there were these three major, like of course there were more, but you got the Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Incas, and like all within the areas in which we're traveling, and all of them, while somewhat similar, have different like ways that they express things. So like their masks, their carvings, their everything. Like even though they're so close and within this thing, they're all very distinctively different. And like you go to Hawaii, where I have some ancestry, or to like African tribes, like we're both my and my wife both have some ancestry, and like all of them also have very distinctive different things. And I was like, wow, our family is like especially our kids is a nice fusion blend of all of that culture, all that flavor, just all that put up in there, right? So that kind of gave me where like I have this idea of the backgrounds that you see in these pieces. I'm gonna go back so you can see the first one and then go through them again. But where you have all these different colors in the backgrounds, and then the different shapes, and you can kind of see some of all that, some of the African, some of the tiki, some of the Native American, some of the Mayan, Aztec type. You see some traces of all that in these pieces. So there's three of them that I did. All three of the original pieces are available. The prints are already sold out, but definitely you can get any of these originals. You can go see them in person. There's some contrast of like the gloss to the matte. It varies on each of them. Like on this one, the black lines are gloss and everything else is matte. On the other one, the color was more of the background. I meant the lines than the background, and those were gloss, and the black was matte. On this one, I have like some iridescent, like paint, kind of looks like glitter in there, and then the black lines are matte. So, but they go to wet, they go together so well. You don't have to buy them all together, but they go together pretty well. And then I think I have one more after this, and then we done. That's it. Yep, this is the last one. Called this quarterback's nightmare. Ray Lewis, he was a beast on the field. If he was a quarterback, you did not want to see him get through your line. Like you definitely didn't want to let him get his hands on you. This is the original painting. It's 24 inches by 36 inches. It's framed. It is an older piece. Um, it is 3,500. The ask is 2,400, and that's it. That's it. That's the end of my art show. I really want to thank you all for rocking with me, especially if you watch this whole thing through. Like it's like it says 2 hours and 10 minutes. If it lets me cut it down, I'm gonna take off like the first like 7 minutes because that was me just checking to make sure everything was actually running. So it's about 2 hours, which is what I was aiming for. And I was able to get through stuff without rushing through it. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed. Hopefully, y'all learned something about me, about my artwork and my style. If y'all have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Um, put this here at the end so anybody who watches all the way through will have this opportunity. So, the last thing that is available is a commission voucher. Okay, so a commission voucher for what that is, and this is for anybody who wants it. So commission voucher for what it is, I will do a custom commission piece. If you go to my website, there is a page that says like commission. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. Let's see. Boom. So you hit it on the home bar. It's right there. Commission. It walks you through the commission process and how it works. Step by step guide, give you some insight, answers most of your questions. But at the very beginning, at the top here, you will see it has sizes. It has 4 sizes. Now, of course, I could do some things in between, but this is to streamline it and make it simple and easy. But these are the 4 sizes, and then you'll see a price range on those sizes. This is not an exact, this is a range, and it's based off of quite a few factors. But this is to give you what to expect. If you say you want this size painting and it's a custom thing, this is what to expect to pay, right? All right, so like if it's like an abstract piece, it could be less than that. If it's a piece that where you want me to pay a whole city background with detailed buildings and like the whole starting five from Philadelphia 76ers, like that's going to probably be towards the higher end or more than the higher end of that price range. Right. So there's a lot of different factors. That's why I can't just have a set price. But this will answer a lot of questions for you. You say, hey, I'm thinking of a 3 foot canvas and it's probably gonna be like 2 people. Like all right, this is 24 by 36 inches. You're gonna be somewhere within here. So that way when I reach out and I say, okay, I heard what you wanted, some of the details, I still need a few more, but let me ask, what kind of budget do you have? That answer should be within here because you should have checked this out already, right? So you can be like, hey, my budget, I'm trying to stay within like 4,000, like 35 to 4,000, right? So now I know, okay, because of that, this is the level of detail that I can go with because that level of detail is going to take more time. But if you're like, I'm trying to stay within like that 2,500, I was hoping for a little bit less, but I see that's a smaller size. But now I know like the amount of time that it'll take for the detail that you're saying you want, like that's not going to cut it. So I have to let you know that, hey, I could do this, but expect this, right? Expect this level of detail. Because to do the level of detail we talking about, where you want it to look photorealistic, like that takes way more time than you got a budget for. Anyway, a voucher, a voucher is I'm going to give you the chance to buy essentially decor dollars. If you missed the invites, there are a few people who are watching this who tag some folks in a post, like I said to do, and they earn some decor dollars. And essentially, what a decor dollar is it's worth $1 and it can be spent at a 1-to-1 ratio. So it means if you have $100 decor dollars and you wanted to buy something, and let's say that something was $100, right? You could spend 50 decor dollars and you only have to pay 50 US dollars, right? So you basically get it at half off. So you spend $50 because you could spend 1-to-1. But let's say the thing you wanted was $300 and you got 100 decor dollars. But you could spend all of that 100 and then you'll have 200 left because you did the 1-to-1 ratio. So hopefully that makes sense, the 1-to-1 thing. Basically, for every one decor dollar you want to spend, you have to spend at least $1. So the best discount it can give you is up to 50% off. Okay, so you can buy a decor dollar for 50 cents to the dollar. Hopefully that's making sense, right? So you could have won them, earned them for free, and there will be ways to earn them in the future. But right now, from this video, is the only opportunity that you have where you can buy one for free, or buy one, right? And I am going to set that amount for basically 25 cents to the dollar. I think I just said 2-to-1, but it's going to be 25 cents. But you have to do a minimum of 100 decor dollars. So you can buy 100 decor dollars for 25 US dollars. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. You can buy 1,000 for 250, but you can buy a minimum of 100 and in $100 increments. All right. So it's kind of like a half off gift card that you're getting to buy at half off. Right? So let's say you get $1,000 commission voucher. It could be used for other stuff, but it's specifically to help with commissions. So you get $1,000 commission voucher. That's $250. Okay. That commission voucher is in decor dollars. So if you want a commission piece, and that commission piece is $2,000, you can say, hey, I got 1,000 decor dollars. So that means you spend $1,000. It costs you $250 to get that $1,000, right? So altogether, you spent $1,250 on a $2,000 piece. That's where that value is. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, if you have questions, let me know. But you can only get that because you watched this all the way through. So that's the only way you can get that. You have to mention, well, no, you don't have to mention it because I'm not going to post it nowhere. It's only going to be said right here in this video how you can buy those. If you want to buy those, send me a message. Let me know. You can do that anytime throughout the rest of this month. It's only available to purchase throughout February. Now, I might do it again in future art shows or something like that, but it's only available to purchase throughout February. All right. Peace. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. I think as soon as I find out how to end this thing, because I don't see end on here. There we go. Nope. Did it record? It don't say record on here. Oh man, it might not record, guys. Boo.